the 8-6-2 New York Islanders head into Vegas against the 7-4-4 Golden Knights. Very lackluster performances from the Golden Knights lately, especially coming from the special team. Well, penalty kill has actually been better than average, I guess I could say. But power play just being devastating. What's up, Morg? How'd it go last night, buddy? See, Vegas losing to Florida, losing in overtime to Anaheim, losing to Tampa, and then the 1-0 win against Detroit. Meanwhile, the Islanders, win against New Jersey, win against the Rangers, lost to Minnesota, overtime loss to Boston, and a win against Columbus. So, to be honest, this could actually be a fairly interesting game, considering the teams that each side has won and lost against. Now, a big thing for Vegas is William Karlsson is on the IR. So, at very least, he's 7 days, listed as week to week. So, they brought Braden Bowman in. And apparently they think he's a good fit because he will be filling in Stone's spot on the power play. So they're going back to 5 forwards, which is huge. I think it's going to end up being a big turn in Vegas's favor. Especially, like, for one, having 5 forwards, 2, not having Shea Theodore on the line. Actually great. End up getting lucky after Attaboy. Told you were nervous for nothing. But let that be a lesson. Anytime you're nervous about some shit, you're probably just overthinking it. And it's a waste of your time to do that. But good shit, bro. Glad to hear it. Real quick, rundown of the games being played and the games that are finished. 5:36 to go in the third. Blue Jackets over the Oilers, 5-4. 4-on-4 for another minute in Columbus. First intermission, the Avalanche and the Sabres. Avalanche up 3-2 in Colorado. Sabres a minute on the power play. Everybody's on a damn power play or a 4-on-4 or something. Sharks and the Flames 0-0. 17-10 to go in the second. Sharks on 20 seconds left on the power play. Puck drops for the Jets and the Kraken happening right now. And that is in Seattle. And Sharks and Flames are in Calgary. Meanwhile, the games that have wrapped up, the Maple Leafs and the Kings in Toronto. Kings taking the win 4-3 in overtime. Sharks and Montreal in Montreal's, or sorry, Stars in Montreal. Stars whooping up on the Canadiens 7-0. Bruins and the Senators in Ottawa. Senators win at 5-3. Ducks in Detroit against the Red Wings, losing 6-3 to Detroit. And Florida whooping the Capitals the same way, 6-3 in Florida. So, a lot of scoring today, couple overtimes, a lot of power plays in the moment. Yeah, very curious to see what ends up coming from this, because the Islanders have been playing well. They've lost the teams we've beat. We've lost the teams they beat. We've beat teams the other way, like vice versa, all that stuff. So, I mean, their last 5 games, 3-2, 5-0 wins, a 5-2 loss, a 4-3 loss, and a 3-2 win. I mean, they're averaging what? Let's see. 3, 8, 10, 13, 16 over 5. So more than 3 a game. What's Vegas been averaging? Not that. 2, 3, there's 5, 8, 9, 11. So yeah, we're barely scoring over 2 a game. They're scoring over 3 a game in their last 5. So again, the big question is going to be Braden Bowman. They tried out Holtzy. Like many people, they were not satisfied with him, so we're bringing in a rookie. He took his solo lap. Got to dig it. Again, I have zero clue what to expect. I haven't watched him at all. So, no idea what to expect out of him. Again, if he's taking Stoney's spot on the power play and they're going back to 5 forwards, I think that's nothing but good. We'll see if I'm right or not. So Sorokin is in net for New York. I heads up, I'm gonna be calling these guys Edmonton and the Oilers all night just because the colors. I'm more used to seeing us play Edmonton than New York, so I'm gonna be getting that wrong constantly. Just a heads up. Here, Schmid in net for Vegas. Still got a couple weeks before Hart's going to be coming into play. All right, let's see. And we have puck drop. Yep. Let me get to this real quick. There we go. Puck taken into the zone by Vegas, lost across the blue line by Marner. Dumped back ahead. Barbashev tosses it in and goes head to head. Good little bump from both sides. Oh, another good bump. Barbashev knocks somebody over down the baseline. Shot by Theodore off a stick up front, but blocked by Sorokin. Puck back behind the net and then up the low boards and out. Islanders on the way into the Vegas zone. Hard down the right board. Low boards. Swinging around the back of the net to the point. Across the blue line. Set up on the low blue. Fed down. Cycling back to the blue line all the way across. Top dot shot. Hits something out high and goes wide. Puck from behind the net. Fed out Marner. Kicks it with the skate. Theodore's not able to get it up the boards. McNabb leaves it for Eichel, who goes behind the net. Eichel goes up the low boards, and he's able to get it out. Islanders resetting out of their own zone across the red line and right back into Vegas territory. Puck's picked off. Hannafin has it across the ice. Up to Howden, who dumps it in. Howden and Riley Smith chase it behind the net. Good stop by Howden to keep it in the trapezoid. Puck comes down the low wall, and Islanders get it out. We're losing the battles. Puck comes towards the net, but goes wide. There goes Sod heading back the other way. It goes down the low wall to Howden into the corner. Sod's late getting there, but he puts up a good little battle. Just not good enough. Islanders head across the red line, and they dump and chase. Lazan going back, leaves it for Korzak. Goes up the high wall, and it's back through neutral all the way down, and we have our first stoppage. An icing against Vegas. Just over 2 minutes gone in the first period. Shots are 1-0 Golden Knights. Almost played college lacrosse, thinking about playing for Vegas Desert Dogs, or at least trying out for them. Fuck yeah, dude. What's stop? Hey, there's nothing stopping you from trying out. The worst thing that happens is you go back to right where you're at. You know what I mean? Best thing that happens is you make the team, dude. You should try out. I gotta be honest. If you played in college, the list of lacrosse players with collegiate experience is not like that. Number of people is not very high. Knee injury stopped from playing, but whatever happens is what happens. Yeah, dude. It's like if your knee can hang up for you trying out, then fuck it, you try out. Absolutely. Dorofeyev down low trying to shoot from our hard angle, hits White Cloud in the back of the legs, all the way around to the high corner, thrown out front, and Bowman was not able to connect. Puck comes to neutral. Lazan dumping it in. Dorofeyev trying to play it ahead. It comes right back out. Yeah, dude, like my body's all jacked up from injury, so I know how it could, like, especially with my knees. I got bad knees, so I feel you 100% on injuries taking you out. But yeah, if you've rehabbed and you feel confident enough, hell yeah, dude, go for it. This game just started so late. 9 right now. Yeah. Hey, welcome. Say over here on the West Coast, it's only 7 o'clock, so it's still early. I'm kidding. I hate this. I love when we play on the East Coast and our games are at like 3, 4 o'clock. Play Dallas at 5, to stuff like that. Yeah, this is brutal having the late games. Like, it's a cool thing about being on the West Coast because games start at 4 p.m. and then the last one's at 7. But East Coast having to go from 7 to 10, that's brutal. Or Central or any of the other time zones than Pacific, we'll say. And Vegas has 3 shots on goal to the Islanders 0. But nothing, a couple chances. I don't know about opportunities, but ooh, what a move by Eichel going across to Hannafin. And I wish Eichel would have tried to squeeze it in there. He probably made the right decision, but man, 2-on-1 is that's some speed coming out of the Islanders. They beat Marner and Barbashev down, but Eichel able to recover, push the puck up to Marner across the blue line. He's got Barbie and Eichel with him, trying to go to Barbie. Up the low boards, across to the point. Theodore shoots, and it's stopped by Sorokin. Back behind the net, Eichel on the low baseline, tries to feed it up front, hits a skate. Barbashev's going to chase it into the corner. Up the low boards, all the way across to the high point. Theodore goes around to Eichel on the low boards again, up to the point. Back to Theodore. Back down low to Marner. He throws it at the net and hits something, and it goes into the low corner. Barbashev from the low point trying to send it back down. Eichel. Vegas doing a good job controlling. We need to get some pucks to the net. Let's go. Eichel with a good backhand that goes across the crease. Theodore, he wants to shoot, but thankfully he makes a pass down to Riley Smith. A little change in the attacking possession. McNabb throws a puck down low. There's goalie way out of position trying to make a diving save. But the Vegas pass is tipped all the way back down to Schmidt. Great possession right there. We got to get more shots on that. It's already 5-0. But we had control for at least a minute, and I think we got 2 shots on net that were weak shots. We need to get some better opportunities on net. But still a great possession. Referee goes down as a weak pass across the point, flutters. Lazan able to kick it to the boards out of the center. And Howden has the puck come down in front of him. Lazan makes the red line and dumps. Vegas going for a change. Good hit down low. Not sure who that was. That's Howden. I love it. Brett Howden has been heavy lately. Puck all the way back. Korzak's going to reset. Send it to Hannafin, and Hannafin's going to work up the low boards to Bowman, who got tripped as he entered the zone. No call. Hannafin hits the red line and dumps. Puck all the way around into the high corner. Hurdle and Dorofeyev trying to get it free. Bowman waiting for it. Puck comes up the high boards. Good little battle, but New York gets it clear right to that. I think that was Bowman that just made that play already. I'm like, okay. He's made a couple of plays already in the first 6.5 minutes. I can dig it. Puck comes up the low board, sent around to the corner, and the chance is no good for New York. Hurdle trying to work up the low wall. He gets it out of the zone. Change for Vegas. Dude, New York is hitting. Let's see if, Barbashev has responded. Howden has responded. Let's see who else wants to get a little feisty. Polisar entering the New York zone, takes a hit. Gets it deep. Whitecloud with good pressure on the boards. Breaks up the puck. Back down to Sissons in the high corner. Getting his ass kicked a little bit. Reinhardt goes to help. Puck comes to Kolasar. Back to Sissons towards the net. And it gets kicked up and over to the low boards. 6 shots to 0 for the Golden Knights. Kept in the zone. Reinhardt chasing it. Good pressure in the high corner. Followed up by Sissons getting dirty. Sissons takes a little pop to the face as the puck went in the air. Back down low behind the net to the high corner. Going up the high boards. It's out in neutral. Sissons overskated just a hair. It's all good. New York will reset and get a change. Vegas will do the same. Word, welcome back, buddy. Puck coming up the low boards. New York keeps it. Puck hits a body as he tries to send it. Trying to go across. That was a great defensive stick. I can't see the number. It was Braden McNabb. That makes sense. Puck coming from the high point to the low dot. McNabb made a great play. Yeah, Eichel cutting up right there. He had one option. It was send it across to Hannafin, but I still wish he would have tried to go 5-hole and let the rebound kick. Try and maybe not even make it. Just bounce it off the pad straight to the center. Doesn't really matter, though, because Hannafin was riding the outside anyway. Like, Hannafin took a good angle. He was just a little late. So, just over 8 minutes gone in the first period. Good night for Evan Always all day at work. That's like, it's funny because, like, mouse pad, the jerseys, like I said, the only, what are those pop figures I got is, Chance. Fucking bobbleheads and shit. I just, the nights. Wore my Black Knights hat to work today. I don't know about you, but I'm a fitted hat guy. You know, I've actually really started to broaden my horizons out of necessity. So I was always a fitted hat guy. Like I like I like fitted hats with a slight bend in the bill, and I like flex fit hats that are bent, that are like a round bill. However, out of necessity, just I ended up with a couple of like trucker caps with the mesh, and out it's Vegas. It gets to 115 degrees in the summer. You know what I mean? So having the mesh instead of a closed back hat is key. Like it's important. Just you gotta let your head breathe. And so just out of necessity, I've gone to trucker caps. But I still like them the way I like my flex fit hats, which are super bent bill. But I actually found a bunch of hats that just ended up in boxes in different places, and they're almost all flat bill fitted hats. 'Cause the for me the preferred, like especially now that we're getting the winter, it's not as bad. It's not as my head ain't gonna sweat as much. I can actually go back to the fitted hats, which I'm definitely digging. But it's funny. I had a I don't know, like a boonie hat, like not like a 360 brim, like loose fitting hat, and I went for a walk when it was stupid hot like that, like 113, 115, and bro, the hat killed me. Like I thought I was gonna die. And then I found one that had vents on the part, so it was a solid cap and then vents here, and then the brim. And I wore that the next day, and dude, I walked like an extra 2 miles. It was great. Oh boy. I like what I'm seeing so far. There's a different level of attack. Like I said, the problem is the chances haven't been fantastic. Again, we're second game in a row where we're getting the goalie moving. So, okay, now we soon as the goalie starts diving post to post, it's like, okay, now you know. Go east west on him. Face off just outside of the New York zone on the high dot. Won by Vegas. I think Barbie was a little offsides there, but no call. Is on towards the net, scooped up by Sorokin. And that'll be the sixth. It counts as a shot for Vegas. Still none for New York. Oh, shit. I forgot to post that. Hang on. Okay. Cool. I'm only 23 minutes late on that. Wait, did I get that? Yeah, Bowman. Okay, that's what I thought. Puck down low in the Vegas zone behind the net. Back out on a hard angle. And Schmidt is able to get it swallowed up. New York's first shot on net does not go in. That is actually a win. Oh, and that actually went off of Riley Smith's stick. Nope, no, it didn't. Okay, no, it didn't. No, it didn't. I'm like, Riley, what are you doing, buddy? But nope. That was New York getting a little punch shot in. From the blue line across to the high point, back to the low point, into the center on the high dot, shot on Smid, saved by the left pad. Hurdle takes around the back of the net. And we've got a penalty on New York. Dorofeyev to Hurdle as Schmid goes off the ice. Theodore up to McNabb. McNabb leaving it backwards. And it's going to be touched up. So that is not, I mean, a lot more bodies when it's 6-on-5 versus 5-on-4. I say a lot more. Those extra bodies take up a lot of space, so I won't be too mad, but that's not a good sign of our special teams if we're giving it up that easy. See, holding. Oh, yeah, he's straight up. Yeah. He grabbed Hurdle's stick and his arm. Who is it? Simon Holmstrom. 2-minute minor for our hold on Tomas Hurdle. And now we get to see if this power play is going to work. Dorofeyev for Marner. 5 forwards again. Shea Theodore is not on it. New guy is up front. He's going for it between the legs, jabbing away. Hurdle comes in to try and help, but Sorokin is able to cover it up. Bowman getting the puck on the low baseline. They decide to leave him open. He turns and goes for the goal. I like it. Like the pass to, it's like he's got to be a little quicker. And I mean, it was a great defensive play, but that's the only thing. He's got to get that turn and shot a little quicker so that stick doesn't have time to get up there and disrupt him. Otherwise, everything about it was great. So it was a good decision. Eichel going right back to that baseline. Another attempt for Bowman. Puck's loose up front. Everybody swinging for it. Ends up behind the net. And New York's going to get the clear. Oh, dude, smart. Unfortunately. Oh, but turnover, but a worse turnover on Dorofeyev's part. That was just a neutral zone disaster. Homeboy lost on the Islanders, lost the stick. We had a chance. Bad pass by Dorofeyev, gets blocked. They have a chance. Eichel losing the puck. Hits it back to Marner. Tries to go across the line. Hurdle has it. Midpoint down to the low wall to Eichel. Bowman trying to cycle to the front of the net. He's going to try and squeeze it in. He does. And nobody can connect with it. Hurdle missed it as well as Bowman. Hurdle trying to protect the puck in a battle in the high corner. Dorofeyev trying to help out. Bowman creeping in as well. Hurdle ends up with it, but he can't get it out to the point. 2-on-1 going back the other way unless Vegas can hurry, and Eichel does. Big shot by the Islanders, saved by Schmid. Puck on the low boards. Eichel back the other way. Dorofeyev on one side. Bowman on the other, but they call it an offsides. Good grief. I was trying to do the same thing again, and I'm okay with it. Need Bowman to Need Bowman to keep taking the chances that he get. Oh, Schmidt saved that with his nose. Mark Stone's out. Like, if you want to know what an MVP looks like, watch the power plays with Mark Stone. Watch the power plays without Mark Stone. That's the difference. Is Mark Stone is hurt. Um, like the fact that Shea Theodore's been on the power play hasn't helped, but the fact that we went back to 5 forward first. Ooh, trying to go beating Sorokin. Sissons gets stopped. Hannafin gets stopped. Puck from the low corner, trying to work up the low boards. Riley Smith cannot win the battle. New York is going to come away with it, and we are back to 5-on-5 hockey. But 8 minutes to go in the first period. New York controlling at the high point. Vegas, Sissons kind of getting in a shoving match to get the puck out. Good effort. I like it. And we get the buffering. Give me a sec here. But like I said, the fact that we're going back to 5 forward should help. Shea Theodore being off the first lot, the first power play team should help. Lazan into the Islander zone, working up tight, trying to come back towards the net. He goes down. He tried to make a real hard cut. It was actually rather impressive. Oh, Lazan, just a little too hard of a pass, trying to set up Sod. Islanders take it back the other way, but a good battle by Kolasar. See, body battle. That's what I'm talking about, man. Let's start winning some of these. Kolasar held up, losing the puck, coming up the high boards, and ooh, big hit. Might actually be worse than Sonanis, and I'm joking. Yeah, I don't even know who that second person is, but I'm willing to bet you're right. Ooh, trying to get up through the middle. No go. Puck coming back up to the low boards. Marner loses it 3-on-2 if New York hurries. Loses it at the blue line, but it stays in the zone. High boards across to the center point. Big shot. Hits a stick and goes into the low corner. Back out the other way. Resetting and a good pick. Here we go. Marner under constraint. Back to Barbashev, and Marner misses. Oh, God, dude, can we please? I still. You know what? Oh my God, dude, we suck. That was such a soft goal. Go figure. We've been dominating, and they score first. Go Knights, go! Yay, Vegas, woo! But yeah, I am at the point where I hate Shea Theodore as much as I hate a communist. So yeah, dude, Marner goes off the post of a wide open net, bro. Come on. And then what is Hannafin doing? Hannafin's way ahead of everybody, and he just lets old boy walk in. Doesn't realize he's there. We're gonna be fine. Yeah, the confidence in the guys is shook. Like, my confidence in them is about as high as their confidence in themselves, which is not great. That's not good. Like I said, there's a lot of hockey to be played. It's one goal. That's like the 7th wide open net we've missed. And there's snake bitten, and then there's guys make the fucking shot. And that one, and that's the second Mitch Martyr one that is like, dude, make the shot. And don't get me wrong, I ain't sitting here saying that. Like, it's so funny. People will be like, well, why don't you go and do it? Like, pay me millions of dollars, and absolutely, I will. And if I don't, you should talk to me like I'm a piece of shit because I'm getting paid millions of dollars to make that shot. You know what I mean? But I ain't getting paid shit, so I'm going to sit here and bitch and moan like a good fan should. The shots are 10-5. Quality chances, not great. Out of those 10, maybe 4. One of those quality chances doesn't count because it went off the side of the net. It's like hits are 7-3 Vegas. Surprised to see that. Block shots are 4-3 Vegas. Giveaways are 4-1 Vegas. Not surprised at all to see that. Takeaways are 2-1. Not in favor of Vegas. Face off percentage. Islanders won 7. We won 5. Yeah, Heineman, Horvat, D'Angelo. Good grief. They're great. Ugh. 5:05 to go in the first. Let's see what's happening in the other games real quick. 8:19 to go in the second. Avalanche up on the Sabres 3-2. Second intermission. Calgary Flames up on the Sharks in Calgary. Sorry, Avalanche and Sabres are in Colorado. Jets 1-0 over the Kraken. 5:25 to go in the first. So 4 games rolling at the moment. That's the Jets, baby. Woo. Hey, dude, y'all need to beat the Kraken. Like, that's just, y'all need to beat the Kraken. Hang on, I want to look at something real quick. Oh, yeah, 5 p.m. game on Saturday, boys. Oh, dude. Tampa Bay Lightning against the Florida Panthers. 2 o'clock on Saturday. We're going to be here for that game before the Vegas game. Duncan Keith would do numbers for this defense. I mean, yeah. You're not lying. 10-6 for 7, 4, 5. Yeah, you guys need to beat the Kraken. Islanders into the Vegas zone, sent down the high wall, back to the point, into the middle, low point, shot by D'Angelo, saved by Schmid, goes up and off the back glass. Saad fighting for it. Korzak does not have a stick. Puck out high, shot and wide of the net, right back out front, but the swing was a whiff, and Vegas is able to get it clear. Going to be a very quick clear, though, as Islanders go right back in offside, late offside. Sisson's able to get to the red line and deep into the New York zone. But that just buys everybody some time to change. Kolasar going for a hit. I love it. I don't know what, I have no idea what lit a fire under Kolasar's ass, but he is hitting, and I love it. Stretch pass all the way up to Kolasar, goes around the back of the net, cuts up on the low baseline. Get it out front. He gets it to the low point. That's all right. Big shot by Theodore. His body's out front, goes to the high corner, up the high boards. Theodore keeps it in. Saad and Kolasar can't decide who wants to touch it. Jesus, Reinhardt down low in the high corner. Guys, let's start getting a little selfish here. Tays make Team Canada? Probably. Wait, which Tays? Colorado Tays or what's his name Tays? All right, we got a penalty. I can't tell who it. Okay, it's going to be on Vegas, New York, getting their first power play of the game. Delayed penalty. New York's going to reset with 3 minutes on the clock, working up through neutral. That's taken away. Nope. Not touched up. Up to the point. And still not touched up. Shot coming in. It goes to. How's that not a high stick? So we've got a holding on somebody for Vegas. But yeah, Sugar Hill. If you're talking Colorado Tays, more than likely. Ugh. I forgot who the other one plays for, but. Ooh. back getting a little stiff here. So I got to I hope also one of the Kachuk boys will be captain for Team USA. Well, well, the only thing, I mean, I'm sure one of them will be. I mean, I don't really have a preference for captain, but I'm like, the Kachuk brothers are very talented players. I'm not the biggest fans of them, even though, like, I was a fan of them, you know, them fighting right away in USA Canada. I we need to get some better fighters who start the fights next time. But like I said, I haven't even thought about the roster that I'd have for anybody. And I think, like I said, probably around Christmas time, I'll actually, I'll grab some beers or a bottle of bourbon or something, and we'll just sit and look at the rosters or see the potential rosters or just fuck around and talk about stuff. Said if stuff's not a little more figured out by then whenever it does get figured out, we'll just sit and have a stream where it's just talking about probably mostly Canada and US. All right, let's see. What's the hold? What the hell was the hold? That was, dude, these bullshit penalties, man, I swear. What a ridiculous fucking call. Anyway, 20 seconds gone on the Islanders' power play. Good little skate right there. Masad loses it after making the good play. The rest battery just stupid. That was, dude, the the hold against Hurdle. I mean, the guy grabbed the stick. Eichel doesn't have a stick. Why do we even show up for the games, dude? I'm so sick of being a Golden Knights fan. I really am. Of course, I'm joking, but I really am. What a bullshit call, man. Our penalty kill's been good, but when Eichel doesn't have a stick and he can't challenge and the puck goes right to where he's at, just back and forth on him. And then nobody's worried about clearing out the front of the net. Everybody's just letting the screen stay there. No battle. It'll be back eventually. Yeah, we look, not having Carlson and not big, not having Stoney is huge. Not having Carly is big. Not having both is ridiculous. And having Caden Korzak on the ice and Shea Theodore on the ice is like has put me beyond fucking irritated. I'm so sick of seeing Caden Korzak on defense. Ben Hutton is right there. Why are we not playing him? He can actually win battles. He can actually, he's actually a man that can stand on his skates. Like, why are we playing Korzak, who needs to gain 40 pounds? Not really. He needs to gain like 25 pounds, but squat today, Jim got up to 479. Fuck yeah, bro. Yeah, that's going back to you talking about trying out with, for lacrosse, bro. If you're throwing up 475, then yeah, you're good. Get your ass on the field and start practicing. Oh, come on. Don't buffer. We got 90 seconds to get through the period. Shots are 10-7 Vegas. Goals are 2-0 New York. Oh, my goodness. Why is this so hard to be a fan? Face off won by the Islanders down to the low wall. Puck behind the Vegas net. Good stick by Lazon comes out. Somebody for New York went down. I don't know what just happened, but Reinhart's going to come away with it. Chasing up the low boards into the low corner, trying to go towards the net. He just waited too long to try and make the shot. White Cloud putting on pressure down low. Uh, 50 seconds to go in the period. Puck through neutral. Fed down low by Reinhardt trying to go out front. Howden gets that pass picked off. Theodore trying to go across. Good pass there. Another good pass. Gets Hannafin a shot, and Riley Smith can't make it through. Ooh. A little spinning, sliding, dropping play by Howden. To get absolutely blown out. Yeah, that's at this point, I don't care either way, brother. I'm so annoyed at being a Golden Knights fan today that I just don't care. We got a couple minutes. I'm gonna go take a little rip of something, and then come back and I don't know. We'll come back and be disappointed in the fellas again. That's just it. It's like I'm past the point of being mad. Like that holding penalty was the most obnoxious. How do you get a holding penalty like that? That's just like it doesn't even. At no point did he wrap around him. His shoulder to the tip of his stick all stayed in a straight line as he's reaching for the puck. His backhand never touched anything except for maybe it kind of tapped the dude's back. I don't understand how you call a holding on that play. Like I said, I'm trying to be, I do my best to be as even as I can. If you've been around a while, you hear me MF our guys when they make stupid penalties. Like I am not above saying we got away with one, they got away with one. That was a bad call for us. That was a bad call for them. It's it is what it is. If we mess up, we mess up. However, that's not what that was. That was a perfectly good play that they decided, well, no. And the guy never even slowed down. The guy's body position never changed. I just don't understand it. But it doesn't matter. The penalty was called, so we got to go on the PK, and they worked it. The first one, I would say, I know Schmidt wants back. The second one, I don't know what we can do. Letting guys stand right in Schmidt's face and not doing anything. But it's what it is, fellas. Hey, brother Mark, I will be back in a few minutes, man. We'll probably take about 10 minutes and then come cruising back. So take some time, grab a drink, grab some food, something like that, and we'll see you back in a few minutes, brother. Yo, what up, the Jesus? What's up, Doc? I'll be back in a couple minutes, y'all. All right, come back a couple minutes early, just for the hell of it. Ooh, man, just the guys cannot play 60 minutes of hockey. It's maybe talking with my pops. He saw Reinhardt absolutely hold him. I guess I'm gonna trust him. Say it was a penalty. I'd like to see it again because what I saw, I just didn't see it. Maybe I looked up a little too late. I don't know, man. But rough. All right. Yeah. So Reinhardt again with a penalty in the offensive zone as well, which is just sorry. I'm trying to collect my thoughts here, and it's all bad, man. We start off good again. We're getting pucks to the net, but they're not great opportunities. But at the same time, we had like 8 shots on net to New York 0, and now it's 10, and then we end 10-6. Our face-off percentage, we've got 6 out of 16. They're 1-for-1 on the power play. We're 0-for-1 on the power play. I do find it interesting that Bowman gets 2 opportunities immediately from Stone spot, trying to stuff it on the goalie when we had Theodore in. I don't think we had that opportunity once. I'm kind of confused and curious as to why it's so misbalanced. Maybe it is having my blame wants to go to Theodore, but I also want to I'm kind of over blaming Shea Theodore. Give away Shea. We look slow. Except my dad made the joke that the 2 guys that scored goals combined are about the same age as Braden McNabb. It's not far off. Five giveaways for Vegas. Let's take a look at some other stuff going on. Calgary's on the power play, 13.5 to go, 1-0 over the Sharks. In Calgary, Jets and the Kraken are tied at first intermission. Avalanche over the Sabres 4-3 at second intermission. And we're finally getting ready for puck drop here. I'll say I probably came back even a little bit too early because there's just first like 10 minutes, you got nothing but compliments. Maybe 8 minutes, we got nothing but compliments for the Knights. They just couldn't get it in the net. And then it's like my dad said, if Riley Smith ever scores another goal, I'll be shocked. And then Marner going off the side of that. My dad says he thought the goalie got a piece of it. I swear I saw it go off the side of the net, but we can't score on open. We can't score on empty nets. It's reached the point, and I mean, hey, everything can change. There's 40 minutes of hockey. I want to make that very clear. We're not out of it. There's still a lot of game to be played. However, lately, it's just the games haven't been fun to watch. You have your couple moments of peak, but other than a Knight's goal, the game is just, it's rough. It's not fun. Hopefully the Knights turn that around now. There is a lot more physicality out of the Knights so far than I've seen in a long time. As rough as that power play was, it was the best it's looked in a while. So we'll see. McNabb not quite able to keep it in. Throws it to Theodore. Toss it up to Barbashev. He can't get across the blue line. Good pick by Eichel, but Islanders are going to build some space. Down to the low wall, into the zone. Theodore gets there first, sends it back, and Barbashev is able to take it and get it up ahead to Bowman. But he gets rubbed out. He got rubbed off on the boards. It's like, I don't think that's it. He got rubbed out on the boards. Not that that's a whole lot better, but the curse of the buffer is back. 60 seconds gone in the second period. Dorofeyev skating up the low boards into the zone. Gets it deep. Bowman chasing it down around to Hurdle. Hurdle gets it to the point. Back down behind the net. Nobody there. Low boards. White Cloud's able to get it down to Bowman. It comes back out. Hurdle fighting through everybody. Trying to center. Bowman couldn't follow up. It's a foot race, and Hannafin with going to get a holding penalty. This is what I mean by it's not even fun. Delayed penalty. Puck goes all the way back behind the empty Islanders net. They'll try and work up the low boards. They're all the way into the zone. And Riley Smith comes from behind to take it. I've got nothing, fellas. They're kind of hand fighting as they press through, and then Hannafin underhooks the guy's right hand. Can't do that. Face off to the right of Schmid. New York wins it. Low point. Makes a great move to chop up Sod. Puck comes right up front, swinging as Schmidt is completely laid out. He's afraid to move as the puck goes behind the net. Little help from his defense there that time. Another shot from the point gets stopped by Lazon and McNabb, sending it to the high corner. Back down low. Low boards. Low baseline. Across. Shot stopped by Schmidt. Ooh, 30 seconds gone on the power play. Shots are 10-9 Vegas. 2:20 gone in the first. Sorry, in the second. Luckily, dude, who was that laid out? Somebody got laid out and slowed up the puck enough to where he had to reset in order to shoot. All right, face off to the left of Schmidt this time. Out and in against Lee. I don't know any of these guys. I'm trying to keep up with names, but I'm mad at the Islanders, so I really don't care what their name is. Islanders from behind Sorokin. 45 seconds gone on the power play. Right up the middle, pass to the high boards, dump back around the back of the net. Back around the back. Anyway, battle for it in the low corner. Everybody's there. Comes out to the blue line, back down the low boards, into the corner. McNabb sends it around the net. Nobody there but a white jersey. Back to the high point. Walking the blue line, back up top, low point, back across the blue line, back to the middle of the blue line. Good Lord. Down the high wall, back to the line, and not able to keep it in play. D'Angelo loses it. All the way back. 30 seconds left on the power play for New York. Cross the red line and in. Swung around, and Vegas is able to get it clear. Marner recovers in neutral. Eichel and Marner trying to make some magic happen. Eichel swallowed up by three guys still. Ends up getting the puck back out to neutral, just killing time. 5 seconds left. 3, 2, 1. Vegas in. Marner trying to make moves. Gets it to the corner for Eichel. Eichel gets kind of just got pushed out of the way, but at least we made it through the power play that time. Marner with help trying to put on pressure, but New York finally comes away with it. Good stick by Lazon to loosen the puck. Let's see. New York keeps it in. Hurdle in the corner. Something. Will we get an offsides? Yeah, it looks like we got an offsides on New York. Nope, we got a penalty. New York got 6 men. Vegas getting another shot at the power play. All right. Maybe if we all have, like, anybody know any kind of like spells or fucking voodoo or some shit, we can will some stuff into existence. Face off to the right of Sorokin. Hurdle wins it back to Dorofeyev. Low point across the blue line to Marner. Marner looking to Eichel. Top of the high circle. Puck loose up front. And sent back to Akira Schmid. Knights resetting from in front of their own net. Marner passes it ahead right up through the middle is Dorofeyev to the high corner. Back to the high point across the blue line. Marner walks his way into low dot. He's going to wrap behind the back of the net. He couldn't get a shooting lane. Oh, he could have shot it from the high dot right there, though. He leaves it for Eichel. Marner from the middle out high. Hits Bowman, but puck comes down into the low corner. Dorofeyev fighting for it. He loses it. And New York sets up. Eichel puts it right on Sorokin, who makes the save. A little leaf pass, just backhand from the wall to the center of the ice. And it ends up on Eichel's stick, just completely miscalculated. If Eichel would have gone for the pass instead of the shot, he would have had it. But it was a very bang moment, so he did what he could do. Minute 6 left on the Vegas power play. Hurdle gets kicked out of the face-off. Eichel in to lose it. Hurdle almost cuts it off, but New York is able to get to it and get it clear. Just under 60 seconds left. Marner works his way through the zone, leaves it to Bowman on the low wall, back to Marner on the baseline, all the way around to the high wall. Eichel working his way down the high wall to the corner. Right up front, big pass to Hurdle off of Bowman's stick, but Hurdle flops on it. Pops it up. Marner from up high, down to Eichel on the high dot. Down low again to the baseline. Bowman tries to go in front of the net. Can't connect. A lot of sticks in the way. Back to the low point. Marner to Dorofeyev looking. Goes down to Hurdle on the baseline. Back to Dorofeyev. All the way across Marner. The middle of the blue line. 10 seconds left on the man advantage. Throwing it towards the net. Hits a bunch of sticks. Goes nowhere but the high wall. Marner tries again. Trying to pass it up front. Floating puck. Bowman's trying to stuff it. He can't do it. Hurdle takes a hard angle shot. Loose puck up front. And it is stopped by Sorokin. No go on the second power play for the Golden Knights. Hurdle on the low board. Cycling. Gets it to the point. Awkward pass, but Eichel's able to recover. Uses speed to get clear down the low board. Hurdle out to the point. Theodore throws it to the side of the net. Great pass to Eichel, who can't beat Sorokin. Again, follow up on the rebound, and Eichel gets beat by Sorokin. Oh, man. Eichel trying to go down to the baseline. Riley Smith sends it down the low boards. Eichel cycling up to the blue line. Leaves it for Riley Smith. Back to the point. Theodore shoots. Goes off the back glass. Riley Smith fighting for it. Recovered by Saad. Fed trying to feed through sticks to Riley Smith, and he can't. Theodore gets it to Saad, who gets it back deep into the zone in the low corner. So Saad fighting against Lee for it. Sissons gets his ass kicked as he comes to help out, and the puck heads back the other way. Ooh, good stick by Theodore to force the offsides on the Islanders as they enter the Vegas zone. Shots are 15-8 Vegas. So a minute gone in the third period. Avalanche going to a power play 4-3 in Colorado over the Sabres. 7:48 to go in the third period. Calgary still leading the Sharks 1-0 in Calgary. And the Jets have taken the lead over the Kraken 2-1 with 13:19 to go in the second. I got to tell you, I'd probably be better off watching that Colorado Buffalo game. Like, man, I already forgot what team it was. Let's see, Tuck having any? Nope. We got Natchez, Lankinen, Nelson, and Brindley for Colorado, and Byram, Greenway, and Tage Thompson for Buffalo. We'll see what happens for Colorado in that minute and a half they have on the power play. Got Blake Coleman, the only goal scorer in the Flames and the Sharks. He is for the Flames. And for the Jets, you've got Iafallo and Shifley scoring. And for the Kraken, Kapokako. Kako? No, I was right, Kapokako. I always butcher his name, and for the first time I said it right, and it didn't sound right, and then it was... Anyway. Oh, man, we need a miracle. We cannot score on the power play. I think we've got to be like 4 for the last 35, 3 for the last 35, something like that. We were 3 for 28 a game or two ago. I think we've gotten one power play in like 5 attempts since then, so... Like I said, it's interesting to see the complete difference when Stone is in versus when Stone is out. And at the same time, we put you saw, okay, Stone's in, Stone's out. Well, when Stone's out, they put Theodore in. We have our Marner, Hurdle, Dorofeyev, and Eichel with Theodore. Complete garbage. Now you get Theodore out and you put the rookie in, and we have like 9 more opportunities. Like, we have way more opportunity. And this just started kind of weird. Let me see if I can refresh and get it back to being on time. There we go. Still at least 30 seconds off. Buck out to the point. Islanders controlling in the Vegas zone. Down low. Shot. Big save. Schmidt. Follow up. Good job Lazon to shorten the stick of the rebound shot. Dumped in by Reinhart and lost. Islanders going back the other way from neutral. Dumped in. Whitecloud fighting off the attacker. Gets a little help. Puck comes right out front. Good poke by Schmidt to get it up and out of the zone. D'Angelo for New York resetting 2-2. Yeah. Who scored? Let's see who scored for the Kraken. Vince Dunn tying it up. I'll say that game and the Colorado Buffalo game, unfortunately, are better watches than this one. It's like the curse of being a fan. I said, good job, really good job by Schmid to stay there and follow up on that rebound, but good job by Lazon to shorten dude's stick. Nab taking the face off from the right of Schmid all the way around. Reinhart dumps it in. Islanders are going to take it the other way. Yes, but cut off immediately in neutral. Marner re-enters, leaves it for Eichel. Eichel to the point. McNabb looking for a lane. Puck goes slowly across the middle. Nobody could get a stick on it towards the net. Fed back out to the high dot into the high corner. McNabb putting on pressure, but New York's going to get out of it. New York attacking on the low boards. Good stick by Bowman to cut off that pass. Good job by Hurdle using his body. Check the puck and get it out. New York recovers in neutral, sent right back in on Schmid. Taking a bump, but Vegas gets it out. New York trying to work up the low wall, going up the glass. It's kept in. Vegas right out to the center. Shot by Hurdle, misses the net. Set up beautifully by Dorofeyev. Could not bury the puck. White Cloud back from his own blue line to neutral. Into the zone. And right back out. New York's coming in with speed, one-on-one, cutting across to the high dot, throwing it back across to the low dot, and stopped by Schmidt, up and out of play. Good play, New York. Great save, Akira Schmidt. Oof. At least we still like one guy on the ice, even though I know he wishes he had that first goal back. That thing fluttered on him, and I guarantee you he wanted that one back. Otherwise, Schmidt has looked as good as he can with what's going on in front of him. The guy should have two goals on the board. Again, I'll have to go and rewatch Marner's because I thought he hit the outside of the net. Dad was saying he hit. Goalie made a save, so he made the save. That was a hell of a save. If you missed the net, Marner, damn it. Calgary going on a power play with 4 minutes left in the game. I was going to say in the period, but in the game. 11 minutes to go in Colorado, still 4-3 over Buffalo, and 10:17 to go in the second. Jets and the Kraken are tied 2-2. Hang on, give me 1 second. We'll be back for the puck drop. That was a lot quicker than I thought it was going to be. All right. And I think Tarkov 1.0 drops tomorrow. So, got to make decisions on if, when, where, who, all that stuff about playing that one. All right. Puck drop to the right of Schmid. Sissons wins it. White Cloud to Hannafin, who tries to get it all the way up to Reinhardt. Good sticks by New York. However, Vegas does get it in to Sorokin. New York controlling in their zone behind the net. Good pressure. At least we put up a little bit of pressure. I'm all right with that. Been a little more aggressive. New York into the Vegas zone on the low boards, trying to work it up to the low point. New York misses everybody right on back to Sorokin. Reset for the Islanders. From their own blue line up to the high point and the Vegas zone. Right down the high wall and good pressure. Sissons causes the turnover. Vegas not able to complete the pass down the ice, however. New York gets it right back at neutral. And a good stick by Barbashev knocks the puck up and into the Islanders bench. Face off from the neutral zone. 8:15 to go in the second. Ooh. Shots are 17-11. Golden Knights. You wouldn't think it. He had, old boy's made some good saves. Sorokin's made a couple of good saves, especially on the ones up tight. That's, that counts for like 4 or 5. The rest have been soft shots that just make it to the goal. Oh, don't tell me we're getting a delay a game. Oh, boy. Why are we doing this to ourselves, man? And it's Lazon. Lazon with the delay game. Another stupid ass penalty for this kid. And look, it happens. right? It happens. But this dude needs to be worth more than penalties. Like, he's not scoring, he's not assisting, he's not doing anything. I mean, he's been okay on defense, but he hasn't been good enough to have to be averaging a penalty every single game that he's in. So that's like Reinhardt. He's not doing nearly enough to get the number of penalties that he's gotten. Sisson's crossing up with Saad. 2-on-3. He'll like to go into the corner. Saad's going to chase it down for a moment and then retreat back. Islanders resetting from their own zone. Across the red line, up the low boards, trying to feed it back to the blue line. They keep it in. Just off on the pass to the high boards. He'll get it down into the high corner from the baseline around the back of the net. Up the low wall, fed towards the middle, brought back to the low wall behind the net. Whitecloud racing for it. Riley Smith gets there first. Puck out to Howden, one-on-one across neutral. Racing in his hurdle. He takes, that was Riley Smith, but I wouldn't have got as excited if I knew it was Riley Smith because Sorokin could have been sitting on the bench and that wouldn't have gone in. I love Riley Smith, but damn it, he needs to score. 50 seconds, shot from the high baseline. Schmidt fights it off. 50 seconds to go on the New York power play from the blue line. Islanders in the Vegas zone, top of the high circle, fed down low. Hannafin, the good stick to put it into the high corner. Islanders recover. To the point, across the blue line, top of the high circle, skating in. He leaves it back to the middle of the point, to the top dot, and a save, Schmidt. Weak shot got away from him. Shot from the point, and Schmidt's able to cover it up. Little collision up front between Theodore and the Islanders captain. But Schmidt's able to recover and freeze it. Dude, Riley Smith was a bat out of hell. And that was a great job by Sorokin. 100%. Great job coming across. He got a piece of it. Absolutely. Riley Smith needs to, we need Riley Smith to score a goal, please. Please. I love you, buddy. I don't want to see you get traded again, but there's not going to be a whole lot of choice. I don't know what we're doing. Puck comes right up to the front. Schmid kicks it out high. 15 seconds on the power play. Puck behind the net. Islanders get it to the high point, taking it down the high wall into the corner. Trying to feed it back to the blue line. They do. Center of the blue line. Bottom dot. Fed to the center. Good stick. Eichel to break up that pass. We are back to 5-on-5 as Whitecloud takes a bump. McNabb does as well, but gets the puck back to Whitecloud behind the Vegas net. While he's losing it a little bit, he gets it to Eichel, but it's not out. Good Lord, man. McNabb and Whitecloud battling for it. Eichel trying to come in and help behind Akira Schmid. Islanders come away with it to the high point. Back below the net. Whitecloud down there. Able to break the puck loose. McNabb to Eichel, and Eichel storming through 1-on-2. He's waiting for help. He has to vacate the zone, and then he leaves it out to dry twice, and now the Islanders go, okay. There was a delayed penalty. I didn't know that. That's on me. My bad. It makes a lot more sense as to why Eichel reset. So they did not list it. Let's see if we could figure out what the penalty was. It's on Pellich, Adam Pellich, whatever. Don't know what the call was. They didn't actually show the announcement, so we're waiting to see. But Vegas going on another completely useless man advantage with 5:12 to go in the second period. Meanwhile, Sabres in Colorado against the Avalanche. 7:51 to go in the third. Still 4-3 Colorado. And the Jets and the Kraken with 7:43 to go in the second. Still sitting at 2-2. So a lot of excitement happening at this exact moment in the NHL. Just unfortunately not happening in this game. I keep trying to check something real quick. So since we're on a commercial break, I'll be right back. Vegas needs the score on this power play. Like, I understand there's still 25 minutes to go in the game, but bro, Knights go bang. Dude, the Knights, I've got as much faith in the Golden Knights as I do in the fact that unicorns were hunted to extinction. Shots are 17-13, 5:12 to go in the second as we drop the puck to the right of Sorokin. Hurdle in for the face-off. Eichel to his right, or Bowman up high. Orfeev loses the battle, and now it is 3-on-2 Islanders. Good play by Marner to get back, and Marner trips, dude. And there goes the Vegas power play. Oh, they did it. They finally did it. They broke me. They completely broke me. Minute 48 to go on the 4-on-4. Marner to the box for tripping. 20 seconds, dude. Eichel skating into the zone on the low boards. Battling for it. He gets away into the corner, tries to go out to the center, but I like, when I say get selfish, I mean shoot the fucking puck. Not hang on to it through a battle in the corner when you can toss it down the boards and around the net. Dude. Islanders into the Vegas zone. Sent back. They're going to work their way down the low board. Lose it to the low point. Back to the boards. On the dot down low. It's buffering. And the stream just died. Oh, you got to be. What a night. We're probably going to be way behind. Marner gets sent on a break after power play over. Yeah. Dude, like I said, the Knights have completely broken every ounce of my spirit with this game. That Marner tripping that dude 20 seconds in just completely flattened my spirit. It's fine. Like, I can do nothing but laugh because it's like, man, I was just talking about how these like the Knights haven't been fun to watch lately. And then we get our third power play that we're not going to score on just in time for Marner to trip a guy and go 4-on-4. It's like, come on, guys. Chance for New York up tight against Schmid. Schmid covers it up. 19 seconds on the 4-on-4 between before roughly 20 to 22 second power play for the Islanders. 3:30 to go in the period. Hey, man, Marner better get his ass out of the box and break because the dude has been. I like Marner. When Stoney's on the power play, I really like Marner. But I do like Marner. I would like him a whole lot more if he could score. When the goalie's over here and there's like 9 feet of space to aim for, it would be really nice if you found a way to go into that 9-foot space. And I'm being an asshole about it because otherwise I would be motherfucking everything about it. Islanders across the neutral line, storming in down the low board, cycling behind the net. Good pressure by McNabb. Not good enough. Eichel trying to come in and help out as it's worked down low. Theodore trying to go up the corner to Eichel. It's a weak pass. Marner is out of the box. We are full strength hockey. Islanders kept it in. I don't know what Eichel's putting his hand up for. Looked like he was trying to call for an offsides that wasn't even close. McNabb sets up Howden to leave the zone. Charging into Islanders territory. Goes down into the low corner behind the net. Bowman. Fighting for the puck. Hurdle gets it. Tries to throw it towards the net. It hit a stick or a skate and went straight into the sky. 2:27 to go in the second period. Shots are 17-16 Golden Knights. And we just ain't breaking through, fellas. Disappointed. Like I said, it's Riley Smith can't hit a. Nobody can score. It's like I won't even waste my time calling everybody out. Nobody can hit a score. Nobody can hit a wide open net. Everybody has missed incredible opportunities. Puck up front on Schmid. Fought away. Good job by Bowman to get it to the low boards. Lazon not able to get it clear. Puck comes back down by New York on the low dot. Good job by Lazon there to just kick old boy's ass. Put him on his back. However, Islanders still control. Shot from the point hits hurdle stick. Goes into the high corner. Gorzak able to get the puck to Lazon up to the point and barely. But Vegas gets it out. 1:45 to go in the second. New York resetting all the way back to Sorokin. Pellick from the low boards goes back to, I don't care, behind his net. New York coming back in through neutral, dumped in. Behind Schmid. Korzak does a good job getting in the way. Lazon not able to clear. Puck off the backboards. New York into the high corner. Out to the high dot. Kolasar is able to get the puck away. Gets to neutral. Gets into the New York zone. Good job carrying it deep down the low board. Fighting his way back to the top and gives it to Theodore. And giveaway. Shea actually cuts up through the middle. He makes a move. He gets tripped. And it's a goal. Maybe I just got to be meaner in my shit talk when I call out Shea Theodore because he took that shit. He took that one right through the middle and in. He made cut after cut. Goes right up onto Sorokin. Tries to cut across the top of the crease. Dude, we got to make sure New York doesn't challenge that because Theodore pushed Sorokin's pad in. So that may not be a goal. If they challenge this, it's going to get taken away. So I need to make sure that it doesn't because Theodore got tripped, but he pushes Sorokin's pad into the net. And we've seen that called back before. It's his first of the year. Again, I'm so nervous. I'm nervous about these guys scoring. Okay, cool. We got it. Let me get it set up first. for your Golden Knights with his first of the season, number 27, Shea Theodore, with an assist from number 55, Keegan Olisar. Oh. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Face off to the left of Sorokin. Puck coming up the low boards. Theodore trying to throw it back ahead. He turned it over in neutral. Pellick throws it towards the net. Hits Shea Theodore in front. Under 30 seconds to go in the second period. Puck behind the net. Up to Marner on the high wall. He slows everything down and then throws it up the boards, misses everybody, and we have an icing on the Golden Knights for no reason with 16.1 seconds to go in the second period. All right, Colorado have gone up 5-3 on the Sabres in Colorado, and the Jets have gone up 3-2 over the Kraken in Seattle. 1:10 to go in that second period. And for Colorado, Buffalo, we got 3 minutes to go in that game. So since these guys are going to be going to intermission, I'm going to take a few minutes after this last 16 seconds. Hopefully we can have a more exciting and, Barbashev just got tripped. We'll forget about that. Shot from New York goes off McNabb's stick up and out of play. But yeah, we'll do our usual intermission break. And then come back for the third period. How is that not a dude just took out Barbashev's skate? He went skate to skate to the back of Barbashev's leg. Just, all right. Face off to the right of Schmidt, 8.8 seconds. Horvat against Sissons. Sissons wins it. Theodore comes away. McNabb trying to work it up the high boards, and it goes out of play. Can we get this period over, please? It's all right. All right. We're good. We're only down by one. 20 minutes of hockey to play. I wish they would stop giving them chances to win a face-off and score a late goal, but it's okay. We're going to end this last 3 seconds, and everything's going to be all right. Woosah. Drop the fucking puck already. Jeez. Face off, sent out of the zone, and that will end the period. Vegas leading in shots 18-6, but the scoreboard in the Islanders' favor, 2-1 in Vegas. Power play is killing us. Special teams killing us. Again, I'm actually slightly surprised that they let that goal stand because of the fact that as Theodore was falling, he shoved Sorokin's skate or pad into the zone or into the goal. I'm trying here, okay? Go. And so we've seen that called the other way before. So Kyle Connor's first power play goal since December 23rd. Almost made it a year. And they're on the power play again. Shifley with a 2-point night. See how you guys get on when we get back from intermission. All right, 6 there. I was going to hang out for a second, watch the last 90 seconds of the Avalanche Sabres game, but it's 6-3, so there's just no point. So we have some positive change happening for the Golden Knights. It's still going to be a rough road ahead. 43% on the face-off, 16 hits. That's big. 9 giveaways. 9 giveaways. Brutal, guys. But yeah, I know a couple of y'all are hanging out. I appreciate it. But with everybody at intermission, we'll go ahead and take a few minutes. So try and come back a little bit early, see what we can expect from the boys as we move ahead. Otherwise, if y'all want to come back, Robert, I need Eichel and Hurdle to score one each. Man, if it's whatever God you have to pray to, buddy, I would start praying. I mean, straight up, what's it, Benny from The Mummy, the good one? Just start going through everything you got, and eventually you'll stumble across one of the guys that's a hockey fan, and maybe he will bless you. Otherwise, you're in trouble, buddy. Hoping for the best, though, bro. But yeah, I got to do a couple things. I need to get some water. Might grab something to snack on while we wait. So we'll be back in a couple of minutes, brother. I appreciate you popping in, Robert. But during intermission, that's when we usually take a quick minute. Betting to Happy Gilmore to give me a shot goal or something. Hey, pray to Happy Gilmore, brother. I actually like that. I mean, he wasn't known for making goals, but I like where your head's at. I'll have to accept it. But yeah, sorry to bail on you, brother. We're going to come back in about 10 minutes once we get through intermission. Have I been on mute this whole? I've been on. Coming back in just a second here, trying to make sure internet's still going to hold up. Just a minute. we should be getting ready for the start of the third period. Just waiting for them to come back from commercial. Knights down 2-1 at home. Little bit of a turnaround late. Not necessarily, well, really want to think about it, not necessarily. We kind of got lucky on a goal. Plenty of opportunities just not hitting the net, and then a whole lot of opportunities just going to waste. As of right now, the shots are 18-16 in favor of the Golden Knights. Knights with the 43% face-off. Percentage, Islanders 1 for 4 on the power play. Knights 0 for 3. 16 hits for the Golden Knights. Now, that's been a huge change for Vegas in the best possible way. They have needed to hit all season. Now, it's semi working out for them. They're causing turnovers. They're separating guys from the puck, causing bad passes that force the puck out. So it's kind of 50-50 working. It'd be great if we could develop a goal off of the opportunity that comes from those hits. So far, it hasn't happened. 9 giveaways for Vegas to the Islanders 4. Again, another huge problem for the Golden Knights. Just turnover after turnover after turnover. Just giveaways. So going in at full strength. Down by 1. Let's hope for a miracle, fellas. Getting ready for puck drop. Let me check. Let me do this real quick. Just see what the time in it. Never mind. That stream doesn't want to work. All right. Let's get to it already. Here we go. Eichel in the circle loses it. New York from their own zone up the low boards through neutral, deep, all the way behind Schmid. Theodore gets there under heavy pressure. Puck comes out to the top of the low circle, back down the boards. And it's recovered by Marner at the blue line. Tossed ahead. Swing and a miss on trying to toss it ahead. Marner will turn it over to the Islanders in neutral. Alec tossing it out of his own zone, and Theodore gets there first in the high corner of the Vegas territory. All the way up and around the low boards, that's going to be an icing on Shea Theodore. Ooh. So we got Colorado, Detroit, Tampa, Anaheim, and Florida. Or no, those are the losses. We're trying to break the cycle. Yeah. Oh, my brain is so fried from watching this game. McNabb in the high corner gets it to Theodore all the way up to the blue line, and Bowman gets it out to Dorofeyev. Islanders will take control in their own zone, but lose it to Lazan in neutral. Dumped in, out to the middle. Islanders recover up the low boards and out. Hurdle takes it at the red line. Working his way in, dumping chase. Back to Sorokin. He'll go up to the high corner, New York. Stumbles, but gets it out. D'Angelo crashing against Lazan, feeding it across. Good stick. Hurdle knocks the puck to the backboards. Bowman cuts off the pass, but New York's able to get it deep, back down behind Schmid. Caden Korzak just getting his ass whooped again. We've pretty much become accustomed to that. Something I was going to look up, and now I totally forgot what it was. It started getting interesting. Islanders down the low boards. Out and around the back of his own net. Sissons trying, nope, Riley Smith trying to go up the high wall. Eventually gets it to Saad. They break out. Howden down the low board. Smith, first one there behind the net, trying to get it free. New York recovers, gets it all the way back to the Vegas blue line. White Cloud to the red line. Saad Hannafin breaking in off the low board. Low dot shot swallowed up by Sorokin. 2.25 gone in the third. Shots are 19-16 Golden Knights. They're getting into the zone, just not able to build those opportunities. Like I said, they're not doing bad getting in. They're doing pretty well stopping New York from setting up. It's a good break in by Hannafin, but he nothing challenging for Sorokin. It hit him right in the crest. Face off coming to the right of Schmidt. Nope, sorry. Other side of the ice. To the right of Sorokin in the Islander zone. Puck into the low corner. Kolesar circles around to the low dot, shoots. Puck goes wide to the high boards. White Cloud gets it to Kolesar from the point, stopped in front of the net before it reaches the goalie. All the way back. Kolesar to Hannafin. Hannafin from his own blue line. Across the neutral line, dumping it into the high corner. Islanders there first. Sissons battling in the low corner. Kolesar to help out. Puck comes out front of the net, but nobody home for Vegas. Islanders right back the other way. Hannafin cuts off the dump chance, and Vegas. Nope, they're going to circle back in their own zone for a second. Everybody's getting a change. Eichel under pressure. Interesting pass there. Dude, Eichel, just set it back, dude. Reset. Thank you. White Cloud in front of Schmidt. As Theodore and Eichel cross in front of him. Eichel throws it all the way down. No icing called. Puck on the low boards in the Islanders zone. Marner fighting for it. Sent up to the blue line. Cut off and sent right back down into the corner. Barbashev gets it to Eichel. Gets it to Theodore from the low point. Passes it to the mid slot. McNabb leaves it for Marner towards the net. Puck ends up on the back wall, and the Islanders are able to clear. McNabb resetting in neutral. Turned over. Islanders will go back the other way. Puck in deep in the Vegas zone. Theodore there first behind Schmidt. Up the low boards. Hurdle. Works it into the zone. Dorofeyev chasing. Trying to set it behind the net. He gets pushed down, but gets it to Bowman, who gets it to the point. Shot goes wide. Lazon sending it back down behind the net. Bowman racing to the boards for it. Hurdle able to get there. Korzak back to Hurdle. Turns and shoots. It gets to Sorokin, who kicks it to the high corner. Dorofeyev on the high wall. Setting it for Hurdle across the blue line to Lazon. Down the low boards to Korzak. Looking for somewhere to go with it. He hits Dorofeyev in the skates. Oh, what an anticlimactic finish to a pretty good setup that Vegas had going there. Dorofeyev working back in with Hurdle. Across the blue line, working up high. Top of the high circle, he resets. He has Hannafin in the high point. Hurdle still takes it down the low boards, all the way across. Shot by Hannafin. Stopped out front. New York going back the other way. Lazon and Hannafin back on defense. 2-on-1 against Hannafin, and he misses the net. Schmidt not having to work too hard. And now we have another Lazon penalty. He doesn't do enough to keep him on the ice. He's got to be averaging 2 penalties a game for the last 10 games. Now, don't get me wrong, when that happened to Barbashev earlier, in the middle of the ice, I'm just bitching. Don't listen. Dorofeyev having an opportunity to slide it through the 5-hole and whiffs on the shot. Man, Sorokin's playing good goalie. And we're whiffing on too many opportunities. Islanders extra man. Puck on the high boards of the Vegas zone. Taking it into the high dot. Back out to the corner. Up to the high point. Into the middle of the slot. High circle right up front. Good job, McNabb, sliding in front of that opportunity up close. All the way across. Another good McNabb play. He gets the stick on the cross pass and then recovers and gets the puck clear. Braden McNabb, a beast. I think tonight's 600 games for him. Just a machine and probably our best defensive defenseman. Actually, I don't even think that's a probably. It used to be Alec Martinez, but now it's Brady McNabb. Puck behind the Vegas net, looking for somewhere to go up to the high wall. Works his way down to the high baseline. We're buffering. Hang on. 60 seconds gone in the power play. And we want to start playing games, huh, stream? 53 seconds to go in the power play. Now they're showing the replay of McNabb sliding in on top of the crease, getting a good stick in front of that pass, trying to go baseline to low dot. Dude, when McNabb is on, he is a monster. When he's off, he's still good. I think there's no doubt he's the best defenseman playing for us right now. Why are we dealing with buffering right now? All right. Puck into the high corner, back behind Schmidt, up the low boards to the point. Duclair sends it to the low dot, comes back to him, battling for it. Good job, Sissons, to break up that play. Cannot get it clear, though. Low baseline, good stick. Hannafin cannot get it clear. Puck to the low baseline. D'Angelo skating it down the wall. Looking for somewhere to go. He goes to the point. Duclair across the blue line. D'Angelo from the low dot sends it on Lee, tips it across the crease. Shot misses the net from the point. Puck on the high corner. Sisson's able to do a good job swatting at the stick. Puck goes flying back towards Sorokin, and we are full strength with 7 1/4 gone in the third. Islanders resetting from their own zone. We're working through the buffering, man. We're working through it. McNabb again laying out the stick to break up the centering pass. Islanders from behind. Schmidt work to the point. Shot. Tip goes up over the net into the high corner, back around below Schmidt. McNabb and White Cloud fighting for it. Ball comes around to the low boards. Shot goes wide up to the high wall, back around the net to the low boards. Bowman able to finally get it clear to Hurdle. Hurdle and Dorofeyev get into the zone. Stopping up on the low boards. Hurdle sends it back to the blue line. Shot Lazan. Broke a stick in front. Goes wide. Lazan fighting back. Takes it below the net. Trying to work through the low corner. He draws a penalty. Finally, Lazan does something that I'm a little happy to see. Drew the penalty. Eichel trying to work up through the low dot. To the middle. Lazan takes the shot. It's a score. Go, Vegas. Hurdle ends up taking the follow-up off of Lazan's shot on the delayed penalty and burying it past Sorokin. I mean, from the blue line, working in, it was Eichel, throws it to Lazan, rebound from Lazan, goes straight onto Hurdle's stick, and he buries it past Sorokin. Oh, she's a good one now. She is a good one now. For your Golden Knights with his 7th of the season, number 48, Thomas Hurdle, with an assist from number 5, Jeremy Lazan, and a secondary assist from number 9, Jack Oh. Let's go, baby. Another great opportunity up front, just slides off the stick as Vegas is attacking. Eichel and Barbashev fighting down low. Puck comes to Hanifin, who keeps it in momentarily. Kolasar fighting for it, but the puck comes out. Barbashev skating it back to his own blue line. Resets. Hanifin's going to take it back with White Cloud on his side. And Kolasar, let's go Islanders. All right, Alexander. Let's see how it goes, buddy. Fuck the Golden Knights. That's a little more aggressive than I feel you need to be. But hey, man, if that's what gets your dick hard at night, then fucking go for it, buddy. White Cloud trying to work out of the low corner. Couple little cross checks that I thought he was going to get called for. No call. We get a little reset. Great goal. Little replay by Hurdle there. 9:56 to go in the third. I'll be back in 1 sec. Alrighty. See? Now it's exciting. See what's happening. I know I'm sure the Avalanche finished 6-3, right? Where'd it go? Yeah, 6-3. And the Kraken are leading the Jets 4-3 with 12:38 to go in the third. So after Kyle Connor's power play goal, Polvinen sounds close enough with the power play goal, and Eberle with the goal. Stevenson getting an assist. Huh? Runners on Hito Gold Knights are buns to start. Huh. Said, dude, if this is how you get your dollies off, you go for it, buddy. Let's see. Look at the box score. Let's see the boys how the boys have been shooting. Eichel with 4 shots. That's a difference. Bowman with 4. I like that. The rookie's coming in ready to go. Hurdle with 4. Eichel closing in on 20 minutes on the ice. That's about what we expect from him. You think gonna win a decent? Well, I'm always gonna pull for the Golden Knights. At this point, oh, wait. Hang on a second. Golden Knights. I mean, I'm all Golden Knights, so I absolutely believe my boys are gonna win. Theodore working. Pass back to, or actually Theodore gets it up to Riley Smith up in the corner. Puck comes down to McNabb off the boards, fed out front. Riley Smith resets it back to Theodore, back to Riley Smith. Trying to get out front, it does. Sod, backhand, Riley Smith hits the open net and Vegas scores. Just like that. Now we got to keep up. We got to keep our foot on the gas. Don't start playing defense. That's going to be the key. That drag from Riley was perfect. Sod ends up off of skates going right back to Riley Smith. And finally, The curse of Riley Smith is temporarily broken. For your Golden Knights with his second of the season, number 19, Riley Smith, with an assist from number 20, Brandon Saad, and a secondary assist from number 21, Brett Howden. I'm going to regret this. I'm going to regret that I called it already. It's going to be offsides. The way they're looking at it, there's no way they're not. It wasn't offsides or something stupid like that. It's all good, though. It's all good. That means even more we got to keep our foot on the pedal. Oh, okay, wait a second. I thought that would be like an obvious offsides or something. They're saying that Howden, because Howden and Palmieri touched. Palmieri went into Sorokin, so therefore it's a penalty. Or not a penalty, but goalie interference. Because Howden pushed Palmieri into the goalie. We're going to wait on that. We got to wait. It's going to be a coach's challenge. This is going to be one of the most ridiculous goaltender interference penalties I've ever seen. Give me 1 sec while they review it. I know I keep running out. But it's danger for us. I'm coming back. I'm right here. Dude. Howden and Palmieri, it's more of a they bump into each other. If they're gonna say that Howden pushed Palmieri, like that's got to be ridiculous. I'm not the only one that thinks this is obnoxious to even review, right? Howden's battling for position. The fact that Palmieri didn't try and stop before he hit his own goalie, like that's obnoxious. Whoever's calling this game I like. He said there's been a lot of goaltender interference this season. That one's not even close. And I have to agree 100% with that. All right, we're back to hockey. 9 1/4 to go in the third period. Shots at 24-17. Vegas taking the lead 3-2. And Vegas on the power play after the lost coaches challenge by New York. Marner sets it back. Now, there's not a lot of risk when you're playing Vegas. Like, go ahead and give them the power play. You're fine. Like, it's worth challenging. That was not a challenge worth challenging, even in that situation. Eichel, or in the situation where Vegas isn't going to hurdle, sends it to the high point. Dorofeyev shoots, and a good save. Sorokin, Bowman fighting for it behind the net. Hurdle goes down to help, and sweeping in to take it away was Dorofeyev, but now we got a 2-on-1. Marner dives across. The shot goes wide. The tip goes wide on the pass across the crease. Islanders with a chance, but they miss. 60 seconds to go on the power play. Eichel works in. Dorofeyev chasing. Down in the low corner. Battle for the puck on the wall. 45 seconds on the power play. 8 minutes to go in the period. Still battling in the corner. Eichel, Dorofeyev, hurdle. Eichel comes away with it. Gets it up to Hannafin. Back down the low boards. It goes behind the net. Bowman and Dorofeyev look lost. Islanders able to clear. 30 seconds to go on the power play. A misplay by Schmid. Puck coming back up the low boards out of the Vegas zone. Pollock could just hang on to it, kill some time, fed up to the blue line. They take a shot that goes high over the net and off the glass. 10 seconds on the Vegas power play. Theodore getting it to Hannafin behind Schmid. Hannafin working his way up the low boards, redlining in. Up to the high corner, through to the high point. Theodore. We're back to 5-on-5 hockey. He throws it at the net, saves Sorokin. And New York's going to head up the other way down the low board and in and behind Schmid. Theodore gets there first, working his way back out. He loses the puck. He actually recovers this time, hits the red line and dumps it in. Sorokin sets it down the low board. Druin gets it to Barzell all the way into the Vegas zone, down into the low corner. All the way back to the high point from the blue line. D'Angelo gets it to the high circle all the way across, but it doesn't connect with Druin. Back to the low point. D'Angelo across the blue line. All the way down to the high corner, around to the low boards. Druin, low circle, sends it to the blue line. D'Angelo passes it to the top of the high circle. Shot hits Barbashev way out high. Puck comes back down low. New York still controlling in the Vegas zone. Into the high corner. Battle for it. Barbashev not able to get it free. Islanders get it to the blue line. Down to the low dot. D'Angelo throws it across. A good stick by Colasar. Breaks up the pass. Islanders still control in the high corner. Whitecloud goes in with the stick. Can't get it free. Colasar trying. He gets it up to Barbashev, who will take the high road out, and Vegas will finally get a change. 5:40 to go in the third. Shot to 26-17 Vegas. Islanders through neutral. D'Angelo at the red line and in. To the high corner, back behind the net. New York gets there first. Hooking it up the low boards. Saad not able to get it out. Back down low on the low baseline. New York trying to work it to the point. It comes back down low to the corner. Low circle. A lot of good stick control out of New York. Puck in the low corner, fighting for it on the low baseline. Lazan trying to work it free. He gets it to Caden Korzak. Korzak works it out through neutral, and it's going to be an icing on Vegas. 5 minutes to go in the third. Shots at 26-17 still. A lot of action, no opportunities for either side. It's getting tight. Meanwhile, the Kraken still leading the Jets 4-3 in Seattle. Man, is Hellenbuck in net for Winnipeg? Yeah, he is. He's having a little bit of a rough night, giving up 4 on 17. Wolf. Face off to the left of Schmid. Sissons on the dot. Drop the puck. New York wins up to the low point. Trying to go back down the low boards into the corner. Battle for it. Lazan fighting. Sissons with them. Back up the board. It's a loose free-for-all. Duclair gets it. Gets it to the blue line. Puck back to Duclair. On net. Stopped right in front and cleared by Korzak. Finally, I can be proud of that kid. Ooh, a big hit by Sissons to break the puck off of Pollock, but it comes right back out front. A big blocker save. Akira Schmid. 4:20 to go in the third period. Puck in the high corner of the Vegas zone. Saad gets it out to Sissons. Back to Saad. to the red line. Marner's going to work his way in one-on-one to the high dot. He shoots, and it's fought off by Sorokin. Eichel able to keep it in and get it back down into the corner. Marner sets it for Barbashev to the point. Whitecloud to Hanifin across the blue line down the low boards. Eichel circles working behind the net. Stops up, trying to feed it out front. He whiffs on the feed, gets it back out front, and Barbashev skies it. Down to the low boards. 4 goals on 17. Yeah, I'm saying Sugar Hill. Eichel shoots it from range, hits a body out high. Marner loses the fight for that one. Hanifin keeps it in on the blue line. Barbashev on the low baseline, back out high. Whitecloud back to Marner on the high boards. Looking for a place to go. He feeds it across the middle. Eichel had a chance, but he couldn't control the puck. Off of Pollock's stick, he puts it on his own goalie, and Sorokin covers it up. Oh, man, Eichel had all the time in the world, and he just could not settle that puck. 3:18 to go in the third. Shots at 26-19. Golden Knights. What a game, man. What a game. But yeah, Sugar Hill, he's the Hellebuck struggling a little bit. It's to be fair. Let's see. Oh, yeah, no, only one of them are power play goals. Never mind. (22 of 53 in favor face-off in favor of Seattle. Seattle 1 for 3 on the power play. Winnipeg 1 for 2 on the power play. Hits 19-13 in favor of Winnipeg. Ah, there you go. Winnipeg has 14 giveaways. That'll cost you, especially when the other side only has 8. So, losing it a little bit there. Let me check something real quick. Sorry, give me 1 sec here. If this was at the Winnipeg Kraken game, if it was happening in Winnipeg, I'd be a little more surprised. But it really does come down, or at least on paper, it's looking like Hellebuck struggling a little bit. Not necessarily a fair call, considering I've been watching, so I have no idea how their defense looks. Again, with 14 giveaways, I'm sure they're not helping. See, I kind of, you used to get standing tickets for $39 a game. Now it's a deal. You get 3 games for $300. Like, it's cool that they include the ugly Christmas sweater, Viking, or night sweater, Viking. But I'd rather just have my $39 standing room tickets. Face off to the right of Sorokin. New York comes away with it across neutral. McNabb chasing it back behind Schmidt. He'll go up the low boards. Stop. Dorofeyev trying to work it up. 3 minutes to go in the third, Angler. Up to the low point. Islanders send it to the high dot. Shot. Hits bodies out front. Back to the middle of the slot. Down low. Low dot. New York just waiting. Horvat looking for a place to go with it. Islanders have the empty net. Extra attacker on from the low baseline. All the way across to the middle. From the high dot, the Islanders score. Go figure. Yes, Angler. Yes, I do. I think I do. I'm going to go ahead and push all the chips on black. What beautiful timing. Hey, at least I can laugh about them tying it out of that. I'll actually give you a shout out. Thank you for that, because otherwise that moment fucking sucks. 219. Well, actually, we're a little bit behind because of the feed, so I'm at 2:37 to go in the third. New York passing it up the low boards and into the Vegas zone. Schmidt slows it down, but Lee gets there first for the Islanders. Battle in the high corner. It was. Like, damn it, it was. Pollock trying to throw it down low, ends up leading to Howden working his way up through the zone. Makes it to Sorokin, who will cover it up, and now we have 2:11 to go in the third. Shots at 27-20 Vegas. Oh, man. Of course, we're going to take another commercial break. Why not just get this damn game over with, will we? So we're going to tie, and then we're going to lose in overtime with 38 seconds to go on the clock. Ask me how I know. Ask me how I know. Meanwhile, the Jets and the Kraken, you should expect Hellebuck to be headed to the bench any minute when the Jets are able to get possession. 2:50 to go in that one in Seattle. Kraken leading 4-3. Oh, man. Dude, it is so hard being a Golden Knights fan. Like, I mean, I was cracking up about it the other day because I'm also a Miami Hurricane. Like, I'm not a big football fan anymore, but I'm a Miami Hurricane guy. I have been since I was born. And it has been so hard to be a Hurricanes fan for so long. It's like, well, at least I got the Golden Knights. And now we're sitting here watching the game like, fuck. But okay. Well, oh, well. Dude, Saturday is going to be a lot of fun. I don't know what game I'm going to watch tomorrow. Taking a quick look. Canucks and the Hurricanes might be fun, but honestly, Islanders and the Mammoth might be a really good game to watch. So either 4 o'clock or 6 o'clock tomorrow. I don't know what the plan is. However, doubleheader on Saturday. Tampa Bay Lightning in Florida in Sunrise against the Panthers. I am not missing that game, dude. That's going to be a boxing match with the occasional like hockey game breaking out, and I can't wait for it. And then we're back to back. The Golden Knights are in St. Louis at 5 o'clock. So Saturday doubleheader tomorrow. Kind of play it by ear. Might do the 4 o'clock game just to have an early finish. Whitecloud working his way up to the red line, tosses it in. Howden chasing into the high corner. Islanders got more focused on the body than the puck, but it works out for them as the Islanders go back the other way. Redlining in. Schmidt unable to slow it down off the low boards. Islanders pump it back behind Schmidt. Shot from the high dot, fought off by Akira Schmidt. Excuse me. Islanders control from the high point. 90 seconds to go in the third period. Shots at 27-21 Vegas. Whitecloud presses up against the low glass. Shot unable to clear. All right, we got a second. Islanders are going to go for a change as Hannafin resets behind Schmidt. 70 seconds to go. Pass all the way up. Marner tips it in, gets it behind Sorokin. Islanders there first. Barbashev able to knock down the puck. It goes on Sorokin, who covers it up. Cameraman was lost. 61 seconds to go in the third as Sorokin freezes the puck. Cameraman was looking at, damn near looking at Schmidt as Sorokin was covering the puck. Face off coming to the left side of Sorokin. All right, timeout. So what do we need here? We need a face-off win, which they had Eichel on the dot, so that's rough. We're at least on the right side of the ice. Make sure if the Islanders win the face-off, make sure that if our defensemen crash back as soon as possible because they're going to be bolting for our side of the ice. Otherwise, honestly, win the face-off, get the puck on net as close as possible. If the puck's not coming to you off the face-off, charge the net. Try and get at the top of the crease for rebounds. That's about all I could think right now. It's going to be Eichel versus Horvat. Again on the dot to the left of Sorokin. 61 seconds to go. Islanders win the face-off, send it around the low boards. McNabb recovers at the red line, dumps it in, but Islanders are right back out. Schmidt settles it behind his own net. Theodore up the low boards to Marner, all the way across to Eichel. Eichel heading in with Barbashev. Good job protecting the puck. Eichel back behind Sorokin, looking for a place to go. He leaves it for Theodore. Works his way down low. Shot stopped out front. And the puck is cleared all the way down for an Islanders icing. 23 seconds to go in the period, or in the game. Okay. We make it to over. Oh, wait. Nope. That's the wrong day. Never mind. I was looking down. I was like, oh, it looks like we make it to overtime, but that was the start of the game. It's 5 o'clock. I was on the wrong day. Never said I was a smart man. All right, same thing. We got to win the face-off. Otherwise, it's headed down. So, Hurdle does win the face-off. Comes up to Hannafin, down to Hurdle behind the net. Hurdle stops up and is losing the battle. Dorfeev trying to help out. We can't get it around. 10 seconds left, and New York is going to clear the zone. 5, 4, 3, 2, and overtime. Okay. I am a little sick of overtime. I'm not going to lie. I think I'm a little burnt by it because like I do like 3-on-3, I'm not going to lie, but we've seen so much overtime over the past couple of weeks. It has been insane. Like through the first however many games, I forgot how, or through the first like percentage of games, this is the highest amount of overtime that there's ever been. It's like, I don't get me wrong, I appreciate it, but Vegas, pull your shit together. Mata, dude. What? Damn, bro, went for this road trip so far for the Jets. Did they lose it? Yeah, they did. They scored. They got the empty net, huh? Yep. But yeah, brother, 500 on Vegas is the ballsy move. The way things have been going lately, but I'm here with you in spirit, man. It's like I say it all the time. I've got too much of an emotional hedge to be putting money on it, dude. I'd start breaking shit. But 3-on-3 has not been our strong suit. However, I'm curious if it's going to be Marner, Eichel, and Bowman to start. Or Hurdle, Dorofeev, and Eichel. We should have 3 forwards on the ice to start. Dude, great play. First goal, great play by Colasar protecting the puck, getting it to Shea, who just cut up the ice. And I am no fan of giveaway Shea Theodore, but that was a hell of a job. And then the second goal, I can't believe they actually challenged that. It's Howden gave the softest touch ever. He was never inside the crease. The guy had 3 feet to stop before he ran into his goalie, and he didn't. Palmieri or whatever his name is. All right. Let's see what happens. We're 1-4. Islanders are 1-2. Marner, Howden, and Theodore on the ice for our first shift. That is an interesting decision right there. Theodore is going to skate in hard, trying to cut up. He shoots and he goes off the post. The curse of the iron. Mitch Marner inside the Islanders zone, setting up. Looking for an option. He leaves it for Howden. Goes back to Marner. Cycling the top circle. He goes to the midpoint. He's going to retreat. So close. 40 seconds gone in the overtime. Marner reset from his own zone. Islanders get a change. Eichel works his way down the low boards behind the net, looking for a place to go. He'll skate it right back out so the change can finish. Eichel, Hannafin, Barbashev on the ice for Vegas. Hannafin resetting from the Vegas zone across the blue line. He leaves it back to Eichel on the blue line. And then Hannafin misses the pass from Eichel. Islanders into the Vegas zone. Bro, what? No reason to turn the puck over right there. Charging in. Islanders attack. Schmid, loose puck, still loose. It somehow comes out without crossing the zone. Whoa, what? Okay. We're who? Hannafin leaves it at the blue line for Dorofeev. Dorofeev a reset back to Eichel. Man, I'm going to have a stroke. Theodore back in his own zone. Tosses it up ahead. Hurdle circling the red line. Theodore tries to get it up to Hurdle. Good stick by New York. Puck in the high corner of the Islanders zone. Hurdle has it skating to the slot. Circles on the top of the low circle. Theodore attacking, comes across, stopped by Sorokin, and then a follow-up by Hurdle hits the crossbar. 1-on-none for New York, and a kick save by Akira Schmid. Puck into the low corner. Theodore recovers behind his own net. Hurdle and Dorofeev coming back. That looked like an early change to me, but Hurdle, yep, we're going to have a penalty on New York. Delayed, Hannafin to Dorofeev. Dorofeev puts it right into Sorokin, who makes a great save to the extra attacker. Eichel, top of the slot, works his way down to the low dot. He's looking for a shot, and it goes in the glove of Sorokin. Ooh. What a game, fellas. But that was a very early change for New York. Dude, puck's down low. Barbashev trying to clear it. He can't get it free. It comes back towards the baseline. And then Barbashev's able to get a skate on it. And somehow that puck, as Barbashev falls over, squirts its way along the baseline, not into the goal, and out into the corner. And then Theodore attacking the goal, beats Sorokin. You think can't elevate the puck. Sorokin makes a great pad save. Hurdle following up under pressure. Tries to go up high and doesn't get it. What a game. Fucking cashed out when the Knights are up 3-2. I'm a retard. Bro, you can't come in here all confident like you did, bro, and then cash out. Like, you're going to come in here screaming, fuck the Golden Knights, and then bail on your bet? Bro, weak. And someone tell me, oh, Vegas got this, Stixty. I'm going to lean on my boys. We got the power play, which normally doesn't mean much, but I'm hoping for a miracle 4-on-3. Oh, get out of here with that chill bullshit. Nope. Islanders won. Get out of there. You're going to call. Okay, yeah. Oh, so you can call you a puss, but I can't call you a puss because you would have won your money, but you didn't? Get out of here. Coming in all cocky and aggressive and then bail, bro. Come on. Haley Renee. Haley Renee. Sorry, I'm not sure which one. I apologize. Yeah, that was brutal. Nah, I'm good. Dude, Vegas sucks in overtime. That makes them 1-5 in overtime. So 16 games. 6 of them. Like, come on. 60. It's over. New York won. Sorry, I didn't change the score. Yeah, it comes down. Hey, dude, Marner missing open us. Hey, cheers, Alexander. Think Marner would be crazy in OT. You would think, bro. Marner has been. I like Marner. He has been a disappointment in production. He was okay with producing assists on the power play or with Stoney, but $20. Hey, my boy Jesus Mata lost 500, so I'm with you there. That hurts, but it's okay. Lives on a power play. Sat, dude. It's just ridiculous. The Vegas defense is insanely weak. Our special teams is really. He lost 1,000 young gamer. Fuck me. Like I said, when it comes to all the other teams, I'm more than willing to throw down a couple bucks here and there. But with Vegas being my team, I can't throw down money on the emotional bet, dude. I'd start breaking shit. Like, there's no way. What a disappointment. Loki, DGen, put more money once they tied. At least I didn't lose much. Vegas, your team, sad too. Don't tell. Hey, rough, man. I don't know. You know, we sit here and look at everything going on. When we get pucks to the net and bodies to the net, good things happen, but we struggle to do that. We miss golden opportunities. I mean, Marner had a wide open net he missed. Riley Smith had a wide open net he missed. At least he got one. At least Riley Smith hopefully broke his curse. Worries me is the defense. Yeah. It's so awful. 100%. I like y'all because y'all are as devastated as I am. The thing is, like, dude, when Marner, you want 100? Hey, there you go, suspect. See, there's a little good and a little bad coming out of all of it. Money gone just like that. Dude, see, a lot of losses. I'm not going to lie. The way Vegas has been playing and the way New York has been playing, this is not the game I would have bet. There are a bunch of games tonight. I would have stayed away from this one, especially with Vegas just being fucking Vegas. Like, what a disappointment the guys are right now, which is a shame. Like, I like Bowman. I like how our power play looked, but you got to make the puck. You got to score. You think that Vegas was favored? Hey, like I said, I don't ever look at the lines. I don't look at odds. I don't look at anything. Should they fire Bruce Cassidy? Fuck no. They need to they need to let management for the Golden Knights needs to let Bruce Cassidy build and curate his team. I believe that Caden Korzak is only playing because of management, not because of Cassidy. Cassidy has said that Hutton will be playing more, yet he hasn't been. So, like, I don't put it on Cassidy. Like, Caden Korzak shouldn't be in here. We're paying Shea Theodore way too much money. Lazon needs to get his ass off the ice because he's not producing enough to counter his penalties. On a heater low key? No, they absolutely are. Like I said, that's why I wouldn't have bet Vegas against the Islanders. The Islanders have been hot and Vegas has been weak, if not completely rough. Actually, it's like the Infinity. So, dude, Cassidy is the only little bit of hope I have for the team. Unfortunately, like I said, I don't think he gets to do what he wants to do. Now, Bowman, I actually like bringing him up. I remember his name a little bit from watching Silver Knights game. Not really, though. So I was curious to see how he would do, and he fits in the Stone slot in the power play better. And he is. Shea Theodore has no business being on first team power play. That's the biggest thing. He's dictated. Yeah, no, 100%. Shea Theodore is paid way too much money. We can't get rid of him because he's paid too much. Like I said, Caden Korzak's a waste of space. Lazon needs to stop making stupid penalties because he's averaging like 2 a game for the last 10 games. Is the post right when overtime started? Yeah. Oh, no, I know. Theodore got a goal tonight, and he hit the post tonight. But he is not the talent on our defense. And if you go, I go back 5 years of hating on Shea Theodore. Like I call him giveaway Shea. Like he had a better game tonight than he's had in a long time. 9 times out of 10, or eight games out of 10, he'll be strong defensively, and he'll have 7 giveaways for making stupid decisions while either leaving the zone or he turns it over at the offensive blue line. Is Carter Hart the answer? I do not know, because Akira Schmid and Carl Lindbaum have been playing their asses off. Now, Schmid probably had 2 that he would want to take back. I'll give him that. But Lindbaum and Schmid have been playing great. They just don't have a team in front of them. So it makes it really hard for them to win games. With Carter Hart, he could come in and be the answer. Absolutely. I don't know. I don't think if Aiden Hill should go. Our decision should be between Carter Hart, Akira Schmid, and Carl Lindbaum. That's not going to happen. There's no way that's going to happen. But Hart better come in and be the answer if he wants to stick around, because getting rid of Lindbaum or Schmid for a Carter Hart, that'll be that's going to be a big time fuck up. Not in a $6 million deal. Exactly. No, absolutely. But I'm sick of Aiden Hill. He gets hurt too much. And for some reason, they want to shove him down. My big thing, and I've said it before, the 23-24 season, at the end of the 24 season, or at the end, right before the 24 playoffs, Aiden Hill played 12 games in a row where he let up 3 or more goals. In the same time, they gave Logan Thompson 2 games where he only let up 2 goals. And they kept playing Hill over Logan Thompson. So when I hear Logan Thompson asked to leave, it's like, yeah, no shit, I would too. For some reason, they just decided, Hill's going to be the man. And even when he struggles, they're like, nope, that's our boy. And now it's to the point where Kira Schmid, like I said, we have 3 options that are better than Hill, but he's not going anywhere. So, as unfortunate as that is, again, it's not necessarily our goaltending. We did much better scoring tonight, but it's all about special teams. It's all about the power play. We gave up the goal shorty in overtime to lose, and we gave up, and we couldn't score a power play goal. I mean, let's see, we had 5 opportunities to score a power play goal, and we didn't. Meanwhile, the Islanders went 1 for 5 and they beat us by 1. So our special teams is the biggest problem. Goes on a Carey Price run. I think the dude has been so fucking through the ringer that all he's thinking about is hockey. All he's thinking about is goaltending and his opportunity. He's counting down the days by counting down the hours, by counting down the minutes, by counting down the seconds. One of 2 things happens in that situation. He gives up 5 in the first period. He's a fucking brick wall for his first 3 games. Those are the 2 options. I think he will be a brick wall. I think he is going to kind of do what Schmidt has done for us and rise to the occasion to get his like Schmidt is here on a second chance. And he's been phenomenal. Like he's had his moments, but he's been great. I really like Akira Schmidt. I think Hart is going to be in the mindset of like, not necessarily don't fuck this up, but like, this is it. Let's go. And again, I don't have a lot of confidence. I will say that because I don't know enough about him to know his mindset, but I know he's good enough that if he comes in with the mindset that I'm going to do the damn thing, then he could have a serious run. But if there's ever a moment of don't fuck this up, then that could be a quick collapse. I mean, that's Aiden Hill is kind of the example of that. When his confidence is going, he's a stud. His head's locked in, everything, his head stays with his shoulders instead of chasing it. He's going post to post instead of halfway out of the crease, shit like that. So, I don't know where his confidence is going to be, but hopefully he's got that new breath on life that he's like, I'm going to fucking dominate. So I have the confidence in him to do it. The big thing is I don't have the confidence in the guys to help him out. Now, if he comes in, but if Carly and Stoney come back by the time that Hart starts, that would be big. Bowman probably, Bowman goes down. Who else? Sissons probably. And then if we could get Ben Hutton instead of Caden Korzak, then I'd be a lot more confident. But it's really going to come down to the guys in front of Hart more than how he plays. Because like I said, we have two stud goalies that can't get the job done because they can't get help out in front of them. So it'll be interesting, man. Like we got to make it to Thanksgiving. That's the first challenge, and then make it through the beginning of December so Hart can come in. Hey, let's take a look at tomorrow's games. So you got the Penguins and the Predators, the Canucks and the Hurricanes, the Flyers and the Blues, and the Islanders and the Mammoth. Now, I kind of want to do the 4:00 game. That's the Hurricanes and the Canucks. I do think that's going to be the better game, but I'm hoping the Mammoth can just curb stomp the Islanders and not, do a lot better than we did. So 6:00 tomorrow, we're going to watch the Mammoth and the Islanders. And then on Saturday, doing a doubleheader because the Golden Knights play a little early. They play at 5. Who are we playing? The Blues. We play St. Louis Blues in St. Louis, so the game's at 5. But at 2 p.m., the Lightning in Sunrise against the Florida Panthers. As far as I know, this is the first one since preseason. So there's no way I'm missing that shit show of a game. Like, you want to talk about entertaining hockey. I'm going to be cursing and swearing and MFing and all that stuff because it's about to be some dirty hockey. And as long as we end up with 5 or 6 fights, I'm cool. So really looking forward to Saturday. But otherwise, tomorrow at 6 p.m., hopefully we'll see the Mammoth get revenge on the Islanders for us. Yeah, just disappointing, got to come into every game trying to have as much faith as the next guy, but it's getting harder and harder. It's getting less fun to watch the games. Now, this was an exciting game, at least. I'm disappointed. I'm bummed out. I'm disappointed in the way they played through a lot of the game, but they did look good through a lot of the game. Like there are positives out of this overtime loss compared to what we're used to seeing. So, trying to have that little bit of a positive to it. But the Golden Knights games have just been a little less fun to watch lately. It's in between these peaks. Just bigger valleys, big, deep valleys as we go peak to peak. And I think that's more. It's the extreme up and down that is killing me. We need to get a game where we win by 6 and we'll be all right. We need to get Carlson and Stoney back, and we'll be all right. We need to get Caden Korzak off the ice to get Ben Hutton. Or if you have to keep Korzak, then sit Lazon, because Lazon can't stop getting stupid penalties. Sit his ass and get Ben Hutton on the fucking ice, please. Please get Ben Hutton on the ice. But all right, I'm going to wrap up, y'all. Dontel, Sugar Hill, Alexander. I'm going to keep an eye on you, Alexander. Everybody, I appreciate y'all stopping in and hanging out with me for the game. I am going to wrap up, grab some food before heading out to the gym, and finally getting some rest. It's been a hell of a week in hockey, man. hell of a week in hockey. But we have much more to go. Hopefully, I will see you all at 6 p.m. tomorrow evening. If not, stop by for one of the doubleheaders. 2 p.m. for Tampa, Florida, 5 p.m. for Vegas, St. Louis on Saturday. Until then, good night, everybody. Hope you guys get some sleep. See you tomorrow.